You're watching Chamber Zone, your business community at work. Representing the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce, your host, Irene Hansen.
We do it.
Or you do?
Hello there, I'm Irene Hansen with Chamber Zone. I'm with the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so pleased to be here for another filming of Chamber Zone because I have a very special guest. You know, one of the things I get to do in my line of work with the Chamber is get to know all of the wonderful nonprofits and organizations that do business in the Basin. And actually I got to know Paul Smith, who's here with me today from DDI Vantage. I started to learn what they did because I had somebody that came into my office and said, we want to help an organization who does outreach to children with autism. So as we started looking around the community, your name came up. Mm-hmm. And I thought, wow. And then after I met you, we've worked together on several things. We'll talk about that. But we have got to talk about this amazing nonprofit that really does early intervention for a multitude of issues, not just autism. Correct. But Paul, introduce yourself. Tell us about your organization. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, my name is Paul Smith. I am a site facilitator for DDI Vantage Early Intervention. And you're correct, we do serve kids with autism. We also serve kids with a multitude of disabilities and delays. More often than not, we see families that are concerned about kids with speech delays or motor delays, like maybe they're not walking on time. Some ideas of speech delays can be like if a 2-year-old only has 20 words. Yeah, so we're helpful in that area. And what we do is we go to the home and we do basically a free evaluation.
Wow.
That takes a look at all the domains. And if there's a delay, this test will reveal that delay. And then we set up the family with basically an agreement, a contract that says, hey, we'll come to your home once a month, twice a month, and we'll give you strategies as a parent to educate your child through that delay to hopefully get them to their developmental milestone. So we work with kids with autism, Down syndrome, speech delays, motor delays, but also cognitive delays, so problem-solving delays and the like. Also fine motor delays, maybe a child isn't picking up a toy like they should at their age. So we teach the parents how to resolve those issues. And we generally can help them in probably a year's time correct those issues. So it's exciting work. I mean, I can't believe I get paid to work with toddlers.
and have fun. And you know what's amazing? I mean, you hear these statistics and they talk about if we can solve problems before a child is 5. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's just a multitude of things that can be done because their brains are growing. They can learn new skills so quickly. They have the ability, you know, their brain is, I read a survey, something about how many brain cells are being built every day when they're in those formative years. They can learn, and they can also give up bad habits very easily. Right. And learn new ones. So I'm especially interested in like the speech therapy. I know all of my grandkids in elementary school received that help, but how nice if some of those things might have been available as early intervention.
Yeah, it is really nice. So what we have is child development specialists that go to the home. But if, for example, I'm a child development specialist and I go to a home and I work with the child maybe for 6 months and we're not having any progress in speech, we have specialists that can come to the home as well. So we have a speech language pathologist on staff, we have a physical therapist on staff, and we have an occupational therapist on staff that can work in those specialty areas and maybe get those really challenging kids to get above that concern. So we have a lot of services that can really help families.
And I'm assuming that you do coordinate with both, you know, school district, preschools, you know, parents, doctors, a multitude of people to bring solutions.
Yeah, many of our referrals come from those people specifically doctors give us a lot of referrals as well. After a child turns 3, we go through a transition process in which a child goes to preschool or not. The parents can decide whether their child will go to preschool. Generally, if they've qualified for us and we haven't achieved all of our goals during that time frame, they do qualify for preschool. So services very similar to ours can continue until beyond 3. So it's pretty exciting.
You know, it's one of the fun offices that you go into, of course, and you know, and you have toys. Yeah. You know, I've been to some of your workshops, and there's toys and there's crafts. It's all about teaching, inspiring, and helping parents. You know, I think that's what I'm so impressed with. is this is about really empowering parents to do things at home.
Yeah, we're an education model. So basically what that means is we teach the parents to teach their kids. So it's not really my responsibility to go in and teach the child, but I will give ideas to the parent by showing them what I do with the child to help them reach their milestone. So we do have expectations of parents, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you're sitting down playing. It's not like it's stressful homework kind of thing. So yeah, we have toys, but we found it's really not about the toy. It's about how you use it, right?
That's right.
And the time with the parent as well.
You know, the other thing that when the things that I've observed was that you were really structured, and I just was amazed at how well the kids behaved, how, you know, because there's structure, and you're setting up expectations. Now in our next segment we're going to be back. We have so much more to talk about, including the outreach. So why is the Chamber love DDI Vantage? Well, we found some great partnerships because we're all about getting the community together, having fun. You're all about reaching people and helping people. We found some great partnerships with this wonderful nonprofit. We're going to be right back to talk more to Paul Smith with DDI Vantage. So many great words to say, so much more to learn. We'll be right back with Chamber Zone after this break.
Almost 45% of the oil produced in Utah, 7.8 million barrels, comes from Duchesne County. That oil feeds our state economy, provides job growth, and supports local business. Here in Duchesne County, we're working to make Utah an economic, cultural, and technological leader. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Duchesne County will welcome you with open arms and invite you to explore all the beauty of the Uinta Mountains. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.
Welcome back to Chamber Zone, your business community at work. Of course, nothing's more fun than kids. Nothing's more fun than community activities. And you know what, Paul? I believe in divine intervention, but I know meeting you was for sure divine intervention because we found some great partnerships. Duchesne County Chamber, all about community events. You're all about outreach. One of the funnest things we've done, you're an avid fisherman and outdoorsman.
You bet.
And one of the things that we do is the Fun Family Day at Starvation. The last 2 years, you have been a big part of that. And you've just got to tell me what inspired you, and what have you thought about how that's all worked out?
You know, it's been a fascinating couple of years, hasn't it?
It has been. We went from maybe 50 kids that came up for your part of it to 160 last year, and we had over 300 total kids.
Yeah, that first year I volunteered, and there was about 30 kids, I think it was,
Yep.
and I came to you and said, hey, can DDI Vantage be a part of this fishing derby, and maybe just make it a little better.
Yeah.
You were probably just crazy enough to let me.
I was.
And so last year we increased the numbers from 30 to about 86 kids last year. And this year was really remarkable. We had, 160 kids that signed up for the fishing derby, maybe 140, 150 kids that actually fished that day. We had a little girl catch, a 19-inch, 2.5-pound rainbow. We had 15 inchers brought in. I don't know, we must have caught 60 fish this year, which is really exciting. So I think it really gives us an opportunity as DDI Vantage to get our name out there because we are a part of this wonderful community. We enjoy all of our activities that we do for the community. We do a lot of freebies. So we do free classes, we do free evaluations. We like being a part of the Family Fun Day because we can be out there saying who we are and what we do, and then offering free evaluations to families that participate in the event. So it's been fun. So
And
it's been a good way to get our
a lot
name
of
out.
healing comes, I know it sounds crazy, but you get it a fun family event.
Yeah.
Now we're talking no electronics. This was about old-fashioned outdoor fun. The only thing missing was the sack races. We didn't do those, but maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Because it was just like what you see on TV as an old-fashioned fun day. And so for those kids, some of them holding fishing poles for the first time in their life, So, and all the skills and the parents helping and hooking a worm on. Now, there was a lot that went on before, so tell me about some of the things you did, because we planted fish, we put in net. I mean, you guys were up there for days.
For days, yeah. I think initially we wanted, because we're early intervention, we work with kids under the age of 3, we really wanted to target that age group. So we did the stock pond, and the first year we did, about 100 fish we put in the stock pond. It was actually a lot of work getting the fish to the stock pond, getting in the bay. I think we had 300 fish placed in the bay this year.
Yeah.
So really it took a year, honestly. It took a year. It took a year of planning and getting funds donated. Thankfully, we have so many companies that really back us. I don't know if I could list them all, but I think this year we had over $2,000 donated, and we had a grant from the wildlife group that also purchased a new net.
Because they want to get kids fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the future.
I think we have. I think we're getting kids under the age of 18 months out there fishing. We're also getting 160 kids this year as opposed to 80 last year. So I think overall we're having great success. And I think, like I said, we're happy to be a part of this community, and we can help. Part of our program, actually, we see kids increase their IQs by learning some of the skills from what we teach. And
Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine? I mean, wouldn't you give anything and I'm way older than you, but can you imagine if somebody said, Irene, you can increase your IQ? Yeah. I'd be all over it. And so here we are with little children. We can change the outcome of their lives.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Okay, so the last thing we did that was amazing and fun was a Halloween parade. Your office is right on Main Street. In fact, we got to get where they can come and see you, and names and phone numbers, but you're right on Main Street.
Yeah.
So here was these, 3,000 or 4,000 people, 2,000 kids coming right in front of your store. What did you guys do?
We are probably one of the craziest groups on Main Street.
You are the craziest group on Main Street.
Last year I was Prince Charming, which I think is appropriate. And we did Cinderella and the whole, kid-related, children's theme there. It was a big hit, and this year we did superheroes, and I was the Incredible Hulk. And it was funny to me that kids I have worked with, they recognized me even though I had that ugly mask on. I don't know what that says about my face, but
they knew you were silly. You had to be the same silly guy.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity again to get our name out there. But I was posing and getting my picture taken with these little ones that I'd worked with. We really become part of the family. A trusted family friend that can give skills that really will enhance their lives, from that point forward. So, being a part of that Family Fun Day and the Halloween Parade is just some of the fun things we get to do, and play with toddlers, of course, is incredible. So,
and your staff, where do you find these people, Paul? Where do you find them?
I am the luckiest supervisor, I think, in the county. I have 2 coordinators, Judy and Jolene, that are just loving, incredible people. They support everything we do as providers, and they support the families as well. And then I have 2 child development specialists, Chris Sorensen and Sammy Jensen. Sammy actually lives in Vernal, and she drives all the way to Roosevelt to serve kids, and these people are just fantastic.
Okay,
with
kids. give us your number. Where are you located? What's your address? We've only got a few seconds left.
Okay, we serve families in Duchesne County. Our number is 722-3008, or you can come see us at 10 South 200 East. Yeah, 200 East Main. So you can come see us downtown Roosevelt. We'd be happy to work with you and your family.
Well, Paul, thank you so much. What an amazing story of success, but also challenges. And, I love organizations like this. They're always planning for the future. We'll see you next time on Chamber Zone with another great guest. See you soon.